Hello, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. I hope you are doing well. Do Manchester United need a striker? That's going to be the talking point of today's video. It's not really something I've talked about a lot on the channel. I've obviously talked about it in relation to Martial, the whole Martial versus Cavani debate, or the whole is Martial a proper number 9? But beyond the whole Martial FC debate, do we actually need to start looking at that striker position? The honest answer to that question is no. I don't think it's a priority at the moment. I don't think it's something we should be looking at. And there's two reasons why. There's two main reasons why. The first reason, and the obvious reason, is I feel like there's other priority positions in the team that need filling. But the second and more pressing reason, and the one that's more relevant than any argument, is the fact that I don't think our playing style is conducive to a proper number 9. I don't think our playing style is conducive to anyone who's classed as a proper number 9. I think you stick Erling Haaland, I think you stick Harry Kane, I think you stick Robin Lewandowski in that Manchester United team, and they're not scoring loads of goals. They're just not scoring loads of goals. You know, I'm not going to profess to know everything about Erling Haaland, but from what I hear from the people who watch him a lot, and from what I've seen when I've seen him play, and the goals I've seen and the highlights I've seen, a lot of the goals he scores are brilliant. They're magnificent, and there's no doubting that his ability as a striker, as a goal scorer, is above most, probably at the peak. He's probably at the peak of his career, and the scary thing is he might still get better. I'm not denying that he's a magnificent striker, but the key word there is striker. I don't think he's the type of player who scores goals completely out of nothing. I think you do need a Sancho next to him. You do need a creative left winger on the other side, or somebody who will pass the ball in. You do need the service. And yes, he does score goals from outside the box. Yes, he does score goals from positions where you'd say that's not really, you know, that could be classified as individual brilliance, but you've still got to get the ball to him. And I feel like we don't do that at Manchester United enough. And I don't know what it's completely down to. I really, really don't, because when I look at the way Martial plays, he loves to drop back deep. He loves to, he's some of his best attributes is when he's got his back to goal, which is ironic because as a number 9, you're supposed to be going towards the goal and scoring goals, according to most people. But there are strikers who are good with their back to goal, and Martial is one of them. But a lot of the Cavani fanboys praise Cavani for being good at that as well. So I've almost started to question what the real problem is at Manchester United. Are these players being instructed to play a certain way, or is it that we just lack the creativity in the final third? I think it's a bit of both, and I think it leans more to the fact that we lack creativity, to be honest with you. I really, really do. I think Rashford and Greenwood are way too similar, not as footballers, but as wingers, they're way too similar. They both look to cut in and take a shot. Their first instinct is not to cross. Their first instinct is not to play the through ball. Their first instinct is not to create and be selfless. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, apart from the fact that our strikers get starved of chances. Now, in a world where we play a system where we don't rely on our strikers scoring loads of goals, and we are okay with letting everybody else score the goals, and we're okay with Bruno Fernandes being the top goal scorer, I am okay with that as long as there's enough creative options to where if Bruno has a bad game, it's not the end of the world. And that's the problem with Manchester United. So no matter what, where your opinions lie with Martial, where your opinions lie with Cavani, we sign Haaland, we sign Harry Kane, we sign Lewandowski, it ain't making a difference, because if Bruno doesn't play well, it's game over. It's game over. Fred and McTominay is something we've talked about a lot on this channel, and the United fan base at large have spoken about. And I just want to say that even though this video was meant to be specifically about the striking position on Fred and McTominay, I just have to say there are another set of players in this Manchester United team who I say they've been played out of position. So all the criticism towards them is fair. They've been playing poorly, but they've been played out of position. Fred was not a DM. McTominay was never a DM. McTominay is somebody who's trying to be morphed into a DM, but he was never a DM. So we have a lot of players in this team that are playing out of position. We have a lot of stopgaps at Manchester United. Stopgap FC, you know, papering over the cracks. And when you really peel through the layers and you really get through the root cause of the problem is the fact that our defense is not solid. If we fix our defense, then we don't have to play 2 CDMs. If we buy a CDM, then we don't have to suppress box-to-box players and everybody can have the license to go forward. If everybody has the license to go forward, then we create chances. If we create chances, then everybody in the front 3 can score, and suddenly Martial's not a bad striker. When we signed Bruno Fernandes, Martial and the link-ups between Martial and Rashford when Bruno and Pogba were on the field doing their thing. It's amazing. It's amazing what solving issues in other areas of the team can do going forward. It's amazing what having a centre-back partnership that allows us to play a high line and takes the pressure off the CDMs and off someone like Fred and McTominay and allows them to get forward. It's amazing what that can do and the snowball effect it can have on the rest of the team. So for me, before we talk about signing a striker, we need to look at the other positions in the team. And I'm not just talking about specific individuals and specific signings. I mean the entire system as a whole. We need to change the way we play, and we need to get players to suit that playing style. And then, and only then, we talk about getting a striker. For me, striker is not a priority. I even put right back higher than striker, because if Wan-Bissaka gets injured, Okonko, chief, we are in trouble. We are in trouble, chief. We are dead. You know, so that's just my opinion. You know, you can let me know in the comments down below what you think if you did make it this far in the video. Thank you for watching. It's been your boy Triple M, and peace.